Here's my clicker. So let's now talk about how the brands can build the future of electric mobility.
Sometimes if we want to grow, we need to shift our perspective. Today, our biggest vision is to find new solutions to the challenges of an ever-changing world. Today, we are beginning to see energy in a different way. Where there were once only cables, we now see interconnected networks and new ways of sharing. We are starting to look at cars as fundamental components of cities, also capable of powering them. We have enabled our customers to become active players who produce and manage their own energy, creating new business opportunities. We have made renewables our clear answer to climate change. This is the energy we have brought to more than 30 countries in 4 continents. An energy loaded with opportunities for growth. Now we can face today's challenges together and open up the world to smart cities that can transform the lives of communities for the better. Now we can lead innovation and progress. This is Open Power. Seeing energy from a different perspective, allowing it to change society for the better, creating new pathways that lead to the future.
So I would love to start linking to the previous panelists, because basically what you were saying is the brief to any our advertising or branding campaign, because we need to change, as we said, to change the perspective of our customers and to make the energy companies cooler, sexier, smarter, and because you know that you were talking about the distribution. When we go into the selling the energy, selling the services, we always say that our customers got accustomed to a very transactional relationship with our brand, so it's basically the bill. And even when the bill becomes digital, it doesn't change the perception. So what we are trying to do is, in Enel, we open power to change the perception and the way people use energy. The way people use energy is also about the electric mobility. So how, as a company, we can help car manufacturers, we can help cities to make this happen and to make people love the electric cars. My question that I will try to answer together with you now is, are we really facing the end of the fossil fuel auto industry? Are we all ready to have an electric car in each house? So there was a lot of conversations about Dieselgate and how our cities now are not good to live in. Again, are we ready for this? In Italy, the people usually drive 65 kilometers a day. In Germany, 70 kilometers a day. What's the biggest nightmare of a driver? I was very surprised to see all of these hands saying that you drove an electric car, but this is basically when you talk to people during the research, it's like they say, no, I'm so afraid. What if it's stopped in the middle of Tuscany and I'm not able to charge my car? So this is where we need to partner together with the car manufacturers, together with cities again, together with regulators, in order to make people understand that there are cars ready to make it happen. And most of the car manufacturers now confirm that they are building the electric cars and that they are making it happen. Let's see now another part of the story, which is not about car manufacturing, which is about the grid management. So for the 100% EV penetration in Europe, we need at least 260 million charging points. In Italy, our company has now installed 3,000, and we have a plan of additional 12,000 in the next 3 years. But again, is it just about the chargers? Yes, of course, this is also about the increase in electricity consumption. We're happy. Whenever there's more consumption of electricity, we as energy companies are happy. But again, these are the numbers that we, as energy companies, we together again with the cities need to invest in order to just make sure that the grid does not blow. So where is the lady from the Finnish company? You. So again, whenever this happens and everybody charges the car, if we don't have to allow that just the lights just turn off. Plus, if you still don't have an electric car, you will need to buy one. And whenever you talk about a cool electric car, you talk about Tesla. Yes, Model 3 is definitely accessible, but still hard to come by. They were tweeting, tweets about the fact that the Elon Musk's mom is still queuing for Model 3. So again, it's all about, the good thing is that together with the car manufacturers, we see that the electric cars become something much more accessible, something, it becomes, I cannot say it becomes an Apple phone, but it becomes something people want to have. And we, of course, changing the perception together with the innovation. You were talking about the vehicle to grid, but again, brand's objective is to say, to explain to the customers what does vehicle to grid really mean, is that you don't only use your car to drive, you can use your car to gain money, and you can use your car as a storage in order to add potential to the grid. So again, I would say, and we always mention this in our briefing sessions, that we're not able to change the perception of the way people use energy if we don't partner with other players of the industry. In Madrid, we partner with Car2Go. In Chile, we launched first electric buses, still on our own costs, but again, we're changing the perception and we were boosting the transformation of the cities. And of course, Formula E, super exciting project. And only by teaming up with Formula E and with other partners of Formula E, we can change the perception of the way people use energy, perception of the energy. Talking to the people here that manage the brands, for me, as a person in charge of Enel brand, seeing my own brand launched 2 years ago on the track side of Formula E is really something exciting. And when your customers see that, this really changed things. A year ago, Friedrich knows that my boss was speaking at this conference at this same desk and saying, our problem is that utilities are not cool. So we've been trying to fill the gap in the last year together with Formula E in order to probably say, look, the energy companies can be cool, and because motorsport is cool, because people come to Formula E as a motorsport event, because we show together with Formula E all of the solutions that we might have, from charging the electric cars to the solar panels to the storage solutions, because in season 5 we'll be able to, at least for the paddocks, we'll able to have the storage solutions for the cars. We talked about range anxiety. There's the time anxiety now here for me because it's all flashing, so we need to run. Again, how we, so you were talking about in the previous panel about the trust, but it's not about the trust, because being cool and sexy is sometimes being easy, because if we don't transform energy into something easy to get, easy to understand, easy to own to our customers, it will never be possible for us to change the way people use energy. So we start again from the car, from the energy elements of the car, in order then to go deeper and to explain what's behind the car. Behind the car, there are other people that are working. Behind the car, there's the whole powering of the event. And behind the car, there's the whole information about the energy consumption. And again, coming back to the previous panelists, people will never understand what 7,000 kilowatts mean if you don't explain them in this way. That basically, this is the daily consumption of Formula E event in New York, which means that you can watch TV 24 hours a day for 7 days for 11 years. And this somehow becomes a bit more clear to the people. This means you can, I don't know how many times you can drive Iceland if it's 44,000 kilometers. And of course, this is the energy enough for 200 days to power an average house.
Formula E, powered by Enel. Changing perceptions and pushing the boundaries of motorsport, driving technology and energy innovation. A world-class partnership powering thrilling action on city streets with cutting-edge energy solutions and interactive experiences for fans behind the scenes. Sustainable racing in some of the world's most iconic locations. The future, powered by Enel.
Thank you. And Iceland, we're with you tonight, and I'll be all happy to welcome this team in my country, in Russia, for the World Cup. Thank you very much.